I'm the Game Warden, and I am here with Whisky Biz, aka Bryce Sparks. Hello, thank you for taking the time. I hear you're quite the busy man. You have a lot of projects going on right now. You mind telling the folks what you got going on besides just the Batmobile?
Yeah, so I'm building the Bat Pod right now, and I was hoping it was going to be done for this show, but unfortunately didn't make it happen. I'm building Oscar Mayer Wienermobile on a Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah, on a Model 3, so that'll be pretty cool. I've got a bunch of side-by-side stuff that I'm doing. I'm kind of known for racing ATVs and UTVs in the mud and stuff, so I do a lot of that. I've got a lot of, race buggies that I'm repairing.
Is that kind of how you got started in doing this process? Or?
Well, the social media thing, that just kind of happened kind of organically in like 2019, 2020, the whole COVID stuff was going on. Well, I was a millwright and I was just always working, never stopped. Some people, were on lockdown and whatnot in their house. Well, I was always still out on the road traveling, working. And so I just started filming it, building stuff and pranks on my wife and, a little bit of everything got me here. So
I'm so glad that happened to you because blue collar is like the backbone of this country and people on it all the time, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't really get the respect that it deserves. A lot of hard work covered up by nice things, like the nice buildings and I don't know, staircases and signs and anything, statues, anything that was put there by a person, and sometimes it's somebody that didn't, get their hands dirty, but most of the time it's your blue collar guys and gals that are out there, traveling and busting their ass every day in, day out to give us everything that we use every day we take for granted. So.
Do you feel like that's why people have gotten behind you as largely as they have, because you started from not technically the bottom?
Yeah.
Mill rates make good money, I imagine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's kind of the thing too, where a lot of millwrights and the blue collar, a lot of the trades, for the most part, they're doing pretty well, so they don't really need like that extra, attaboy. That I know that I didn't really, but it doesn't really have that wow factor. No, man, people ride with me because I'm pretty transparent, dude. Like, you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. Like, there's some stuff I stay out of, like politically and like some drama stuff, just because, to be honest, I don't care.
We try to do that too.
So I think that's the biggest reason.
What was the final straw that broke the camel's back to transition you from millwright to doing this full time?
Yeah, dude. It started getting a little, let's say, interesting when I'd be in some safety meetings and stuff, and you'd see like kind of across the way, I'd kind of see them like with their phone showing the other, showing that's that guy, that was making fun of his wife on the internet, last week or whatever, and then it just kind of got to that point where this paycheck was the same as this one. And I think I can do this, it'll finally float itself. I think I can do it. So, and I'm doing it part-time in my, this is my full-time gig, this much money, and this is my part-time and I'm making the same. What if I did my part-time thing full-time? Where would that take me, And so that's it really was just kind of a leap of faith. And, I've got the best family around me and couldn't have went better. I'm super happy with it. And I encourage everybody to do it, man. Like, for real, like, what's the worst case? You got to go back to what you was doing, because millwright work's going to be there for, at least, I don't know, who knows what AI and robots and all that'll do in the future, but it's going to be there for a long time. So It's always a plan B or C if I need it, I'll tell you, man, this is the first con that I've ever been to. I've seen them, I've wanted to do them, I've gotten a lot of different emails from different ones that wanted us to come and attend, but either they conflicted with something, or the build wasn't ready yet, or they were just too far. Something always happened, and this is the first one that kind of stars the line. We got to make it.
You also said you're doing a giveaway later for somebody to ride in the...
Yeah, so Matt had a great idea. He was like, hey, let's do a, because eventually, when this is over, I'm gonna have to drive that car out of here. And I was like, I wanna get just some shots of it with the city in the background and stuff, and just take a little spin around the block, And he was like, how about we, it's a two-seater. Let's do a little something. Let's toss the proceeds to charity, and let's do a little silent auction.
How long did it take you to build that thing?
So start to finish, 6 months basically, 161 days to be exact. But I didn't get to work on it every day. There were some days did get burned out some days, but filming other stuff, or I put in a lot of hours. I'd wake up around 3 or 4 in the morning, and then I'd work for a few hours. Then I'd take her to school. And then after I took her to, get her up, get her ready, take her to school, go back out all day. The wife would bring me some food every so often to keep me going, and I just put in every waking minute I could on it. I'm big about progression over perfection. Like, the car is not perfect, and I like that. It's something about me getting to get it done and enjoy it faster, rather than drag it out over 10 years and have it be absolutely
like scale for scale perfect.
I would much rather have it sooner and go out and enjoy it, and other people get to see it and enjoy it.
You coming up into your platform with your daughter going to school, does she ever like, oh, Dad, somebody was talking about you? Or
Yeah, there's definitely she's lipped me over there a lot. They talk about me a lot, you know. There is this little bit of a struggle there, at least on my end, because I never want to take any, thing away from her and what she's doing. That's my biggest like focus, struggle, or battle that I deal with, whether she knows it or anybody else knows it at all. That's
you don't
always
want it to feel overshadowed.
Exactly. I never want it to be like that. I want to be like, yeah, Roy's my friend and her dad does this, not her dad does this, so Roy's my friend. If I can be the cool dad and help her out, I will do that. But I really try to, let her have as much of the light as I possibly can.
And how does the wife feel about it? Like, what's her?
Dude, at first it wasn't cool, man.
Really?
Yeah, because so she worked for girls. She was a teacher.
Okay.
And then she worked for Girl Scouts for about a year after that, when I started kind of blowing up. And honestly, man, when I was first coming on, like the DMs and comments and stuff, like that stuff gets to you, man. Like we're all human, we're tribal. We're not meant to be exposed to millions of people and millions and hundreds of millions of people's like comments and everything. So it was kind of rough. Personally, it didn't bother me, but it bothered me that it bothered her. You know what I'm saying? Like the comments didn't bother me, whatever, as much as it did her.
But it affected her, so you...
Yeah, I had one recently that kind of struck a nerve with me. That point the blame, the comments, the whatever at me all you want, just not
your family.
The family, or who else was in the video example. I did a video where a little boy is riding his bicycle, and mind you, I did not put him in there or anything. I just filmed myself the whole time, but he was walking his bike because chain fell off. So I picked it up. I said, I stopped, said, hey man, if you let me, I'll take your bike, get it all fixed up for you. I'll bring it back, drop it off to school for you. He's like, yeah, that'd be great. So I did. Filmed me fixing the bike and everything, filmed me dropping it off, never showed it. I was just saying, look, did something nice for somebody today. You can too. I'm just trying to spread positivity.
Yeah.
The comment section was like, I'm the biggest POS because I didn't buy him a new one, and I'm the big, like just ripped me, And I'm like, when I was a kid, I did not want the new shiny bike that everybody else had. I wanted my bike. I remember it was like an old retro. It had plastic wheels, like 3-spoke plastic wheels. I'll never forget this bike. You know what I mean? The last thing that I would ever want to do is take that away, from that child, because I'm not saying he felt that way about his, but I know I felt that way about mine when I was a kid. So my wife, she's definitely getting better at it. Every so often it'll still bother, comment section and stuff will still rub her wrong, but she does social media full time now as well with me. She's boss Whisky Biz and keeps me in line and stuff. But,
shout out to the wife.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't do it without her, man. She runs the merch. She does all the art designs and everything for all the shirts. She runs the website, handles the contracts, brand deal stuff. That's because that's one thing a lot of people don't know, man, is likes don't pay the bills. They just don't. Like,
no.
As much as I appreciate everybody liking and commenting and sharing it, it all survives on the merch and the brand deals. It all does.
Yeah.
It lives and dies on it. So I try to get my name out there, make my name to where brands want to be attached to me. And then when they do, she handles, the business on the back end. So,
there's an old saying where it says behind every powerful man, there is an equally powerful woman.
Yeah.
So I feel like that translates really well with you.
It certainly does. I couldn't do it without her, because not any woman can do what she's doing. I'm not kidding you, her work ethic is unmatched. It really is. She puts in the time as well, and yeah, she doesn't get the credit she deserves, that's for sure. Everybody calls you crazy until you do it, and they call you lucky,
Yeah.
And that's could not be more true in my life, man. I remember going to a local bar in my town, and I had about 50,000 followers on TikTok at that time. And just this guy, that I knew or whatever, come up to me, oh yeah, you're on that kids app. What are you gonna do? You gonna make a living doing that? I'm like, no, just kind of having some fun, like nothing too serious. Like I was trying to be cool about it and still be nice, even though he was totally being disrespectful. 2 or 3 years after that, him and his kid came up to me at a county fair, and his kid wanted my autograph. And that's
full circle kind of thing.
Full circle. It's like as I'm signing it, I'm just looking him right in the eyes. I didn't forget.
I'm a big Halo fan. So my next question is, at any point Do you think that you might make either the mongoose or the warthog at some point?
A warthog is certainly in my plans. Not a huge, like I said earlier, comic or Marvel or any. I'm not really a huge fan with all that stuff. But there's certain things in the movies or the games or whatever that I have played that I fall in love with, like the vehicle or the character or the what not necessarily like the whole movie or show, if that makes sense. Like I have
Kind of like the DeLorean with Back to the Future.
absolutely, exactly. Like perfect example. Never seen the whole movie. Know exactly what that car looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Replica 1-to-1 statues of the people and the characters and stuff I like. And we're gonna do a Master Chief as well. I have Deadpool, I have Raph from the 90s, Frankenstein from Death Race movie. I built the car for that too. I don't know if you knew that, but I built the Mustang GT that Frank drives in the movie Death Race. Yeah, I don't have it here at the show because I gave it to Jake Paul like a month ago. So that was pretty cool. I have a Harley Quinn, a Margaret Harley Quinn 1-to-1 replica, Heath Ledger Joker. Got a lot of them. So on the list with the Warthog is also, I want the Master Chiefs.
Like, what is your nerdy thing? Like, if you have
my Grail nerd
yeah,
thing?
like mine's Halo. What would?
Yeah. Oh man, I like Mario. Got a Mario tattoo. I would say Mario's up there, and then the Dark Knight trilogy, like that era. If it has to be like dialed in like of a story, it would have to be that.
I hope one day you get to meet the Batman himself.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Be insane.
That would definitely be cool, man.
Well, Bryce, I thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure.